Hello dear founder! On Monday 23rd of February, IBM stock slammed down by more than 13% after the announcement that Qodo code will be used to modernize legacy code, made in Qodo. For those out of context, Qodo is short for Common Business Oriented Language, and one of the most significant parts about it is that an estimated 95% of ATM transactions in the United States. You can only imagine the magnitude of disruption any mistake there could cause. And the numbers show us clearly one thing. Investors are becoming distrustful of AI to the point of withdrawing their support. That brings forth many questions, but one of the most important is, are all those AI startups done for? Because if investors are leaning away from AI so much, those founders who bet their all on AI are in deep trouble. So today we are talking about whether an AI startup is a trap nowadays and what you should do if you already put your everything into AI. Go! Let's be real, AI is hot, but not doesn't always mean safe. Investors are cautious, competition is fierce, and hype alone won't carry your startup. In fact, while big AI players get insane rounds of investments, early-stage startups are struggling. In fact, while overall startup funded was down 17% in 2025 compared to 2024, seed rounds went down 30%. And deals down 39%. Many startups were unable to raise follow-on rounds. That changed the ecosystem of the startups. Reportedly, over 11,000 startups shut down in 2025, which is nearly 30% more than the year before that. At least a part of the reason for that was founders running out of cash to sustain their businesses.
We're broke.
So we have entered a funding winter, and considering the attitude of investors, it's practically a given that AI startups are going to suffer even more. AI is great, but if your product doesn't solve a real problem, it won't survive. The first step, admit the reality and get strategic. Only when you recognize the problem, you can make an efficient plan to deal with the situation. The first step to ensure your startup doesn't go down is integrating AI where it actually helps your users, not where it just sounds cool. One of the most stunning examples of that is Fireflies.ai. Interesting thing, before having a real product, Fireflies' founder manually delivered the value they envisioned. Yes, they were taking meeting notes by hand while pretending to be a bot, just to validate demand. That's what I call really making an effort, and it paid off.
Maximum effort.
The platform saw roughly 600% growth over a 2-year period in core markets, showing strong demand for its meeting AI tools. So, what you should do is ensure that AI in your product is what your users actually want, and not what you will have to force them to use. Because nowadays it seems like companies make it literally impossible to use their product without AI features. And believe it or not, it only irritates people.
Just stop. Just stop.
So when you present a product based around AI, you need to show people why they should use it. And in this case, because its AI will be an obstacle you will have to overcome. Another important point. Your AI is only as good as the team behind it. And one of the strongest real-world examples of this is the meteoric rise of the AI startup Mercor. It was founded in 2023 by 3 colleagues' friends, who didn't start with some groundbreaking new model, but rather an understand insight. Humans with domain expertise are the key to training better AI. The result speaks for themselves. By early 2025, Mercor's annual recurring revenue hit about 100 million, having grown from roughly 1 million in under a year. An extremely rare growth curve in the AI space. What this tell you? Hire people who understand both AI and the business, build systems at scale, not just prototypes that wow for a minute.
Oh my god! Wow!
And make sure your team work together, because AI plus domain expertise beats AI alone every time. This is the truth about both the development process and following operations of your product. Because today, if you tell people that there is a living, bracing human being checking what AI does, they will be reassured. Human in the loop is going to be one of the top AI trends this year. One more thing you need to realize: investors aren't impressed by flashy demos anymore, they want results. A perfect example of this is the Indian game AI startup Subtl.ai. They built an AI platform for enterprise, document search and automating internal workflows. But here's the reality check. Subtl.ai raised only about 200k in angel funding and never closed the 1 million seed rounds they were targeting to scale. Investors showed interest, but that interest never turned into actual capital, because the company couldn't demonstrate strong enough traction, repeatable revenue or customer adoption that justified more funding. This demonstrates a shift in perception. Investors don't want promises of incredible success. They are increasingly skeptical of pitches that rely on flashy demos or hype alone. What matters now is verified customer demand, repeatable revenue, and measurable business outcomes. According to industry observers, the era of show me the demo is fading. Instead, you need to show them how AI improves ROI, users' experience, or efficiency. Diversify your funding sources. And remember, metrics speak louder than hype. Traction, retention, revenue. These are your best AI PR tools. Finally, think long term. AI should be a tool, not your whole product. The companies that survive are the ones that use AI to solve a real, persistent problem at scale. A great example of this is Qodo, an AI-powered code review platform that is not marketed as AI magic, but as a practical tool that actually helps engineering teams ship better software. By 2025, more than 1 million developers had installed Qodo's tools. Since launching, Qodo has raised about $50 million in funding from reputable investors, not just because it uses AI, but because it provides measurable value in complex enterprise environments. The lesson here is clear. AI shouldn't be the thing you sell, it should be the thing that helps you solve something meaningful. You need to stay agile, adapt to market changes, and evolve with AI trends. Take calculated risks, but always have a safety net. The companies that position AI as the engine under the hood, the part that amplifies real impact, are the ones that build loyal users, sustainable revenue, and lasting market relevance. AI isn't the destination, it's a tool on the journey. And the less emphasis you put on it, the more users and investors can believe you that your product is something more than hype. So here is the bottom line. AI isn't a magic wand, and it isn't the ticket to instant success.
It's not a magic wand.
The world of AI startups is thrilling, but survival depends on strategy executions and delivering tangible value. Keep your eyes on the long term, stay adaptable, and let AI do the heavy lifting. But also be careful, because it's easy to lose yourself in the hype and become tempted to build and ship fast. Especially on this wave of success that pours from every media that we fail to check more often than not. And with that, go build something meaningful. Investors and users will follow if you show them real value.